500,000.
500,000 for the brand new Rolls-Royce. Shout out to you. Congrats on that. That is super awesome.
I paid it off in like 60 days, so I don't really even remember what
Paid it off in 60 days.
My ability to network has been on another level than most people. I took every dollar I had and bought into Broadcom, which was quite a bit of money.
How's it going, guys? We're here in Austin today. We're going to meet with the one and only Bryce Carpenter, AKA Bryce the Lawyer, to talk about his Rolls truck. He started his law firm just a couple years ago, already doing major events in the city of Austin, all over Texas, and has this Rolls truck. So we're gonna see what it's about, what he's doing, and how we can drive one too. We got the Rolls truck here in the driveway. About to go say what's up to Bryce and get this started. Let's do it. What's good, brother? How you doing, man? Mike, a pleasure to meet you, bro.
Right, nice to meet you.
What's the liability, bro? What we looking at? What you got here, bro?
I got a 2024 Rolls-Royce CULLINAN.
Okay.
Got it with 0 miles.
Oh, you bought it new?
Bought it, yeah.
He bought it new.
Yeah.
That's legit, bro. So 2024.
We got it though.
Okay. Then you went and wrapped it.
Yeah. So we just wrapped it about a month ago.
Okay.
I did Tiffany blue with our Longhorn icon logo, so you can kind of see it's like a gradient behind it. When you get close, you can kind of see.
Yeah. It's a great, and you got the actual icon. So it's in the wrap.
It's in the wrap. Yeah. And then we did a couple different designs around it. So originally it was black, but then I decided, why wouldn't we advertise?
Yeah.
What are a moving billboard?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this before we get into the full episode. Why the Rolls? Why the Rolls truck?
It was originally my dream car, and then I just was like, I think I saw a lot of people have a Lamborghini Urus. I saw a lot of people have like different Mercedes, G-Wagons. So I was like, how often do you see a Cullinan? And here in Austin, specifically, you probably won't see a Cullinan. They're all in a garage and somebody running a garage. So
yeah. Ain't nobody dailying.
Nobody's daily Cullinan at all in Austin. So I knew it would stand out.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Well, this is how we normally do these episodes, bro. I asked you 3 questions, right, to start it off. If I get 2 of them right, I get to drive it. If I get 2 of them wrong, I gotta watch. All right, so the first question, let's do what I think is the easier one, but I don't know. We're gonna say, is it in the business name or the personal name? I'm gonna say it's in the business name by the rap, but I don't know. Business or personal?
It's in the business name.
It's in the business name. All right, we gotta talk about that, right? You gotta talk about how we doing this in the business name. How's it benefiting the business to be rolling around something nice? All right, so check right. Ding, ding, ding. Got the first one right. Business name. All right, we're gonna go cash, lease, or finance, right? You say you bought it new. I'm gonna say finance, but that's gonna be my second answer, finance.
Yeah, that's actually correct.
All right, cool. So I got 2 out of 3 right, so that's driving it. But this is the hard one, right? How much you paid for it, right? So you say you bought it 0 miles on it.
Yeah.
In 2024.
Yep.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know anything about Rolls, but Rolls-Royce brand new. I say, I gotta be within 5%, I'm gonna do a little math. I'm gonna say 370.
No, more.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, all right, tell us, what's the sticker price on it?
500,000.
500,000 for the brand new Rolls-Royce. Shout out to you, congrats on that. That is super awesome. All right, so technically I got the questions right, but this rain got us. So before we can get the dope shots of the car, now we gotta wash it off. So we gonna just wipe it down a little bit in the middle, right? So it's not a full wash, but I'm gonna help him out a little bit so we can get some dope shots. Just getting some of this dirt off from the rain, and we're gonna be all right. Hey, check out Garrett, cleaning it up, bro. Clean it up, get it done, Garrett. You gotta get it done. Tell us about these specs. What made this one 500,000?
Well, I think post-COVID, number one, there was a quantity shortage. So I think they were above sticker probably, and like the premium that you had to pay.
Yeah. A little cut.
Yeah, they were definitely marked out. The shooting star, so you'll see a shooting star. When you get in a Rolls-Royce and like specifically a Cullinan, you can tell the difference of people that have a shooting star and people that don't have a shooting star. They just have the stars. So if you see the shooting star, they paid probably an extra like $20,000-$30,000.
So the stars are shooting in the roof?
Yeah, so you'll see a shooting star that's gonna come across like every 5-10 seconds, something like that.
Yeah.
And then also too, I had gotten the black that I had like a special black paint on it, so that was like an extra like $30,000. So there were some markup prices just for the things I wanted. And the funny thing is I don't even have the black anymore. That's a waste of money.
But you got the billboard, your face is on it. It's on it. Cool, cool. Well, we're gonna find out how you had, you know, 500,000 laying around to get this thing, but before, can we take a little walk around it? Take a look inside? Let's do it. All right, show me what we're working with, man.
All right, so I guess on the outside, let's start off with the outside. So the wrap, what we did was we put our brand badge logo on the top of it. So this was like our brand badge that kind of goes on hats. This is the one that's on our hat. Yes, that's our full color scheme. I put my Instagram, my personal Instagram, because my Instagram gets a lot of cases for us.
Okay, nice.
So I decided to put the Bryce the Lawyer because that's the social media for TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
Yep.
Everybody knows me as Bryce the Lawyer. Going on to the other part of the. So on this door, I put our slogan, "Don't think twice, call Bryce," because when I'm in traffic, like the first thing people do when they see a Rolls-Royce is they look to the right or they look to their left. So I put our phone number right under there. Going farther down, I decided why not put my whole face on it, because I feel like there's a lot of lawyers that, I mean, let's just be real, you're not gonna see a lot of lawyers that look like this, especially personal injury lawyers. So I felt like why not have my face on the side of it, and then when you open up the door, it goes into where anytime I'm fueling or whatever, if I open up the door, my face is on the full door panel.
Yeah, and just the face right here.
Yeah, so you're able to fully, so this is very, like when I'm at a hotel, if I'm parking it, if I'm getting out of the vehicle, to have, originally the face was kind of like on one side on two different doors. I wanted myself fully right in the middle, and it goes like on both sides. So going into the website right here, so justcallmylawyer.com. I think we have a pretty cool, catchy website that's different than just like your name in it. Just call my lawyer. Going on to the back, this is actually what gets us a lot of accidents because of the involved in an accident, justcallmylawyer.com. This is the first thing. Most people see this when they're in traffic, right? So we are behind us. We actually got an accident 2 days after I wrapped this because a lady was behind me in traffic. She was like, "Oh shoot, I was just involved in a car accident."
Yeah.
So she decided to go to the website. The other side's the same thing.
But every look at all the branding though. Even the license plate, is branded. No, man, that's branding 101, right? Yeah. That's legit, bro. That's legit. Let's take a look at the inside of this thing real quick.
So going into the vehicle, I mean, it's a red interior.
Yeah, tons of chrome everywhere.
Yeah, it's a nice. We've got the carpet. You know, the I don't even know what kind of carpet it is, but it's that soft material. I like to take my shoes off in it.
Yeah.
I did a red and a black. I didn't want too much red. Some people get red or like the one base color all the way around. I wanted to kind of like even it out a little bit with the red and black. So I went with a red and black interior.
Fire. You know, I sit in. Can we sit this? You know, how do you decide like, hey, I can put $500,000 towards the car? What's your mind process to be able to walk into the dealership and say, hey, I want this one?
I mean, for me, at the time when I probably bought this, I probably didn't have $500,000 just to be thrown on a vehicle. But I think for me, I knew that this vehicle would set me apart.
Yeah.
So I bought it probably a little premature than what I needed to.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it's gotten me so many car accident cases. As soon as I've gotten this vehicle, I mean, at the gas station, it's a conversation starter. So people want to know, what do you do? That's the first question. Is like, originally before it was wrapped, and then he's clearly a lawyer. It would be like, hey, what do you do? You know, I mean, I'm a younger black guy, so like the first thing that they're thinking is I'm an athlete or a rapper, just naturally. So it used to be a conversation, hey, what do you do? And I'd be like, man, I do car accidents. And then I would get a lot of cases just from the vehicle. So
the conversation starter.
It was a conversation starter. It paid for itself in the first month. I got an 18-wheeler accident like a week after I drove this vehicle. I stopped at a gas station and a guy got hit by an Amazon truck.
Yeah.
And he was like, what do you do? I was like, oh, I'm a car accident. He's like, shoot, I just got hit by an Amazon truck. We actually settled that case for $1 million, and then we made, you know, a nice pretty penny.
Yeah. And pay for the car.
Yeah, the car.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what does what does the process of buying something, right? Going to the nitty gritty, what's the process of buying something like this? What is a down payment? I mean, it's a house, right? What does the down payment look like? What does a car payment look like? What does financing terms look like? I always tell people I wanted to do a show like this is because you see somebody in the car, what do you do for a living? I'm a lawyer. Okay, but that's all I get. You could be renting it for 4 hours, right? We don't know anything, but to have this in your driveway at your home, like what does it look like to actually buy something like this?
Yeah, I mean, I went to the Rolls-Royce dealership. I was fortunate enough to kind of run into a salesman that, you know, kind of walked me through the process, and kind of, he did really help me. Just with, in terms of, like I said, I brought this a little premature, so I didn't have necessarily $500,000 to just throw on a vehicle.
Yeah.
I think I put $143,000 down.
$143,000 down, okay.
Yeah, and then he had pitched me on doing a lease, and I think the lease was gonna be about $3,000 a month for, I think, like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I just was like, no, I'd rather finance it. I knew I was gonna have the vision to wrap it, so I knew it was gonna be a business-only vehicle.
Yep.
And so I ended up just financing it, and it was pretty much about the same term. I paid it off in like 60 days, so I don't really even remember what the
Paid it off in 60 days.
Oh my God!
Go ahead, talk to me about that. Like, hey, I got a $500,000 Rolls-Royce truck, paid off in 60 days. Like, how?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
So I had gotten a pretty big case. Like I said, I had gotten a pretty big case.
Yeah.
And we had instantly, I mean, I don't even know. We just got a policy. But like I said, I'd signed up the Amazon case.
Yep.
We got the policy limit, like, just because of the injuries. The guy had like a broken back and stuff. So,
Wow.
I was fortunate enough to get that from the vehicle. So I just said, I'm gonna take this money and just pay off the vehicle. And so after that, I never had a payment after that.
That's wow. That's the social media bar right there. Rolls-Royce truck paid off in 60 days.
Yeah, buy the Rolls-Royce, because I got the car accident case from the Rolls-Royce.
From the Rolls-Royce. There you go.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome.
We can, if we're gonna do some driving, I got a driver for us, you know. So if we don't want to do.
Hey, that's what's it. I won the questions to do the driving, but you in the Rolls, you should sit in the back and let
I
them
think
drive.
it's only right you sit in the back with the TVs, pull out the stand.
Okay. You can miss
Sit
it.
back and enjoy yourself.
We gonna take a ride. Yeah, we got the driver in here, man. So tell me, let's take it back a little bit before the car. Tell me just about your story in Taval. I know you're doing event promotion, going into hospitality. Just tell me a little bit about your business history.
Yeah, so I started off as an NBA agent, and pursued that until kind of I realized that whole NIL game was gonna change. It's like chasing athletes is like chasing women. Like it's you got to wine and dine the college athletes to recruit them, and it just really wasn't, I think, the right timing for me to do that. So I ended up taking a job out of law school with the largest personal injury law firm in Texas. And then, you know, worked for that firm, worked for another firm within like a year time frame, and just kind of realized I could do this thing on my own. So I started my law firm, Law Office of Bryce Carpenter, and ever since then we've taken off, and it's opened up other opportunities for me to be able to do things such as have a restaurant in Dallas called Velour that opens up here in next week or the week after. I have another restaurant that's going to be opening up called Riviere in Austin, a clothing store in Austin that we're doing, like a streetwear store, and I do concerts as well. So I do quite a bit now, but it's all fortunate. I'm fortunate enough to have it because it all started from the law firm.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit, because I always talk about earning potential, right? As you think about business, when you think about your professional career, what you go to school for, what's earning potential? Like, hey, I want to be able to afford this Rolls-Royce one day. Was that in the back of your mind when you say, hey, I want to go into law, I wanted to go into personal injury law, or was that just a happenstance? Did you really think about why you wanted to go into law from a financial perspective?
I mean, I think I more or less wanted to be a lawyer because I found out I could get paid to argue. And so I was like that. I was that bad kid that was like, I was the type of person that was like, why do I have to show work in math? Like, I'm never going to ever have to show work in life. So why would I have to, like, at the end of the day, as long as I get to the answer, it doesn't matter how I got there. I was that type of kid. But that never worked out well when you're in school because, you know, they made you show work. Show your division. And I was like, Mom, I'm like, as long as I get the answer, I'm not showing work. So being that type of person kind of made sense for me to be a lawyer, because as a lawyer, you're making arguments. You're always walking. You can walk either the left side or the right side, but there's an argument for both sides.
Yeah, there you go.
And so for me, I was like, man, I could get paid to do that. Why wouldn't I want to do that? I already do it. I like to argue. So
It's a bunch of bull. Yeah, it is. And I want the whole city to know it.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a financial decision. I knew I wanted money, but honestly, I didn't think necessarily being a lawyer would even generate this kind of money, if I'm being honest. I didn't know a lawyer that was making this kind of money. So
Yeah. Wow. Wow. And that's amazing. And you talk about didn't know a lawyer that was generating this kind of money. Is it a marketing thing? Hey, you got the Rolls-Royce truck wrap, right? What's been the differentiator for you to have a successful law practice?
I think my ability to network has been on another level than most people. I was always one of those that knew how to use social media to my advantage. And social media was free, right? And I didn't have the most money at all times to be able to brand myself or market myself or buy billboards or buy commercial time. But one thing I knew I did have was the ability to use social media and ability to market myself and my connections. I utilized one of my good friends, Boosie. Like before I had my own Rolls-Royce, if you go back on my Instagram, you could probably see the white Rolls-Royce. If you scroll down far enough, that's his Rolls-Royce. Like I was taking pictures when me and Ryan, who works for me, Ryan's my day-to-day business manager, when we used to stay at Boosie's house, like I didn't have $1 in my pocket. I was in law school. So we were just filming, taking photos on tour, taking photos in his cars. And that was really my branding from when I didn't have anything. But I figured out real quick that manifestation is real, and the second thing I realized is people want to be associated with things that they don't have, or things that they can't afford. So I realized real quick that cars, clothes, money, and women would be the 4 things that in personal injury I figured out that would attract people at least to give me the attention or give me the chance because they saw me in the car. So they didn't know if it was my car or it was someone else's car. So I just utilized my resources, to be quite honest, and I think I took it to another level.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about the financial literacy side of this. You want to have that brand, right? You want to have the nice cars. I see you got the bust down watch, you know what I'm saying? You got all of that. But like, how do you do so in a way that is responsible, right? Do you have certain goals? Like, okay, I got this case, I'm gonna pay off the car, all right? I got this case, I'm gonna go and buy the watch. What's kind of your milestones, your goals to be like, hey, I can afford this and I can do so in a responsible way?
So I'm probably one of the few law firms that doesn't have debt. I don't have debt like in anything. I do. My model is kind of like, I call it the if I don't have cash for it, I can't afford it. So I know Jay-Z had a quote where like, if you can't buy it twice, don't buy it. So honestly, that was, at first I couldn't always think like that, but like, that's kind of the model I have now. If I can't buy it twice, I don't buy it. And so I buy pretty much everything. I know some people can say you can utilize debt to your advantage, but for me, I personally don't like to do that because if I fall on my feet, I want to fall like standing up. I don't want to fall on my back. Like I know worst case scenario, if my house is paid, my car is paid, I got somewhere to drive, I got something to drive, and I got somewhere to live. So yeah, I've been in situations where I've allowed myself to, when I was younger, to have debt and didn't know how I was gonna make that next payment. So I think for me, unfortunately, now I kind of just train myself by like habit to, if I can't afford it in cash, I'm not getting it. So, and if I can't buy it twice, I'm damn sure not getting it.
Yeah. No, I respect that. And what would be your advice? So I'm a videographer, or somebody who is watching this may be in law school, or somebody may be thinking about going into this industry or that industry. What advice do you have to them to be able to attain something like this, a Rolls-Royce truck, or to be able to buy their house in cash, not have debt? Like, what's your advice to them to be able to have those things from a financial standpoint?
I think the first thing is you have to get whatever your primary source of income is, you have to get that as high as possible first, because the majority of people are going to have to use their time to make their money first. Once you have enough money coming in from your time, then you can start to allocate your money to make more money. So for example, the first thing that I did was make sure that my first business, which was my law firm, and my time made as much money as possible. My law firm takes my time. Like I have to be involved in it. Like I don't make money if I'm not involved in it. So it's not like a stock where your stock, you can buy a stock and that stock can go up when you're sleeping, when you're not working. So I think the first thing is get your primary income up as high as possible. Once you have your primary income up as high as possible, you start to take that extra money and really start to budget to where you can invest in something else where your money can make more money. And then from there, then you just duplicate it over and over and over.
Gotcha. So what I'm hearing is, make the main thing the main thing, right? You got to get that first business or that first occupation as high as possible, and then start to branch off. Some people, like myself included, you start to branch off too early, then you getting crumbs, right? You stepping over dollars to get crumbs.
Yeah, and I mean, for some people it can work out like that. I think for me, it was, I will go all in on one thing. Let me perfect that. Let me get that, you know, and then, but I mean, I started investing early on, so.
Okay. Nah, so I'm not just me personally, I haven't been a big like luxury car guy in terms of like the Bentleys or the Rolls-Royces. I'm more like, hey, put me in a Porsche, you know what I'm saying? I want to go fast, but like sitting back here feels nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I can't lie to you.
Crazy thing is, I'm not even really a car guy. Like, honestly, like, I mean, I wanted it, but once I had it, it didn't, like, it's funny, I went to a Lamborghini dealership like probably like 2 months after I got this car, because I'm like, oh, I want a Lamborghini now. And then I was like, I drove a Urus, and I was like, damn, it's hard to go from a Cullinan to a Urus because it doesn't drive as smooth. So it was like, to go from, like, my car before this was a Tesla. So I went from a Tesla Model 3 to a Cullinan. It's hard to go back down, so I haven't gotten another car. I got my Mercedes, but I needed something smaller and just something that I can move around in. But honestly, like, it's hard for me to go from this car to any car because this car drives so smooth. I mean, it's very, very, I want to get a Lambo, like one of them low ones, but honestly, I'm not a car person. Like, I don't, honestly, none of this material stuff to me, when you first get money, the first thing you want to do is buy all the stuff that you couldn't afford. You buy the cars, the clothes, the jewelry, the stuff that doesn't really have any value, doesn't have any substance, but you just do it because you're wanting to show off how much money you have. And then it gets to a certain point of when you get a certain kind of money, then you don't want to show off as much. So like, I'm transitioning from like now where I'll buy designer clothes, but I'm not gonna have all my designer that has logos everywhere is stuff that I bought when I first got money. You wouldn't catch me buying something like that anymore. So I still wear that stuff, but I wouldn't buy that nowadays. I wouldn't spend another $500,000 on a car because I've done it. And like, to be quite honest, I love my Rolls-Royce, but I could really have without it. And I don't really care. I'm not a car guy, so this isn't really a want for me anymore now that I have it. And then also, like, then it's crazy because the stuff that money, I'm at the point right now where I'm fortunate enough to be 28 years old, but the things that money can't buy is really the things that I want, you know? And it's weird to say that, but like, and they say, you know, money doesn't make you happy. It does make you happy to a certain point. It's the freedoms that it gives you that makes you happy. It's not really the money that actually makes you happy, because you're gonna never be happy with the amount of money you have. I made $1 million and I wanted to make 2. Then I made 2, then I wanted to make 3. It never ends because you're just chasing a number that can be infinity. And then also too, you're chasing things that, if you're chasing material stuff, which I would say everybody you're gonna blow your first money that you always get. I mean, you think about it, when you got your first $100, could you remember what you did with the first $100? Then you get the first 1,000. Can you remember what you did? You can never remember when the first time you get that certain checkpoint, because everybody's gonna blow it. But you know, I'm at that point right now where it's like, man, I really want my time. And that's the thing that money can't buy. I want the things that money can't buy, which is the enjoyment of life. And unfortunately, the more money you make, the less time you have to enjoy it. So I couldn't go spend all the money that I wanted right now because it's like, I have so many responsibilities. And so I think that's why when people see me on Instagram and they see, oh man, it looks like Bryce is doing something every weekend. Well, it's because the little time that I do have, I definitely cherish it, whether it's me and Ryan going to a sports game, whether it's us going out of town, or whether it's me spending time like with family or friends. But I take that little time that I do have and I go to the max with it, because I don't have a lot of time anymore. And I really do miss having more time. I miss being able to play the game during the week. I don't get to play, I love to play PlayStation. I don't get to play the PlayStation anymore during the week. I don't get to play every single weekend. And so for me, the things that I really love, like playing tennis, playing the game, I don't get to do anymore because of all these responsibilities. So more money, yes, it creates more problems, and I'm fortunate, I'm thankful that I have this opportunity. But at the same time, I think that people will realize, if they ever get the opportunity to have the amount of money that, you know, where they've already reached whatever their goal is, because everybody typically has like a monetary goal for them to be comfortable. Yeah. It gets to that point where, man, you really don't want any of the material stuff. You want the stuff that money can't buy.
I actually want the stuff that money can't buy. Now that's true, man. Like you say, you end up chasing this rabbit that you can never catch, right? You can never catch it. In terms of investments now, right? What is your advice to other people? You know, hey, you make some money, you go out there, you buy the jewelry, you buy the car, you buy the clothes. Okay, cool, I've done that. Now I want to start investing in, thinking about the future, thinking about, you know, how to do things from a fiscally responsible way. What's some of your advice or tips and thoughts to others?
First thing is make sure everything is strategic. So even the cars, the clothes, the money, and all that stuff that's material, I use to a strategic advantage. Where like I bought jewelry that I had a big Bryce the Lawyer. I still have it. It's a big Bryce the Lawyer chain. I had our first logo. That was this like BC logo. I gotten this as a pendant. I had gotten clothes that would bring me more business, and they definitely did bring me business. I was very strategic with all the material stuff that I did, from the car and the clothes and you know, everything was strategic. Like I didn't buy anything that I couldn't brand myself or advertise or use for social media. But once I hit that next phase, then it was like, okay, what can take me to that next level? I started investing in tech stocks. I bought into Broadcom when Broadcom it skyrocketed down in April, and I bought in when it was like under 180. I took every dollar I had and bought into Broadcom, which was quite a bit of money, but it went up to, it's at like 333 right now. So I was fortunate enough to get a double, triple my net worth in a very quick time frame. And so I invested in tech stocks like Broadcom, Nvidia. I ended up opening up my retirement account last year. So I did a SEP IRA, I did a Roth IRA. So I did those things that could set me up for the future and start putting money up. Because one thing I learned was I didn't know is that once you have a certain amount of money in your investment portfolio, you can pull against your assets. So instead of having a savings account, like if you look at my savings, I don't even think I have a savings account, if I'm being honest with you. Like my checking account, I do use for my bills and my spending money, but everything else I put up into my portfolio. The reason why is because if I need money, I can always go pull against my assets. So if you have $100,000 in a portfolio, you can go to the bank and they'll ask you no questions on giving you $50,000. Why? Because they're going to give you a line of credit that's going to be against your portfolio. And so you can borrow against those assets. So then you can use that if you have 100,000 in the portfolio, they'll give you 50 grand, no questions asked. You can go use that 50K to invest in something. While you're investing with that 50K, yeah, you still have to pay it back because it's against your portfolio, and you'll pay a small interest rate. But while you're using that 50K, your 100K is going to still stay invested. So your 100K is still going to go up. And so I think that's one of the things that I learned was why have a savings account. I think most people think about having a savings account. If you have a savings account, you're losing money, in my opinion. Now you should have a safety net, but I think if you put as much as possible into tech stocks, in my opinion, tech stocks, obviously tech is always going to be the future. It's never going to go down, in my opinion, over the course of time because of where the future is headed. So I invested heavy in tech stocks. My like 99% of my portfolio is in tech securities. I'm all in on tech.
Yeah. No, that's gems, and that's things that the black and brown communities, we don't talk about. You know what I mean? Being able to build a portfolio or to have an IUL or have this where you can borrow against your own money, right? We know how to spend money, but how do you make your money grow? You know, how do you get your money to have money babies, right? So that's what we don't talk about. So no, that's a gem there. When you were talking originally, you said you know, everything that you were buying was strategic for you to be able to leverage, right? And I assume, I don't want to assume incorrectly, but this is over the 6,000 pound weight limit, right? Yeah. You buy it as a business. Tell me, how are you leveraging this maybe for a tax credit, tax breaks? How is a purchase like this helping your business? I'm sure when you went and paid it off, that's an expense to lower your tax liability. How are you able to leverage this?
Yeah, so this vehicle is over 6,000 pounds. So if it's over 6,000 pounds, and then also too, because it is 100% business use, I am able to write off the 100%. So, and I think with the bill that they just passed in Congress, you can now, the bonus depreciation was raised. So I was able to write this whole thing off, and I use it for 100% business. So I would always tell anybody, if you have an LLC, put a vehicle under the business and use it for business, or you could do something like wrap it and get more business and be able to write it off. So I kind of it was a double play for me to be able to have a movable. Me and Ryan looked at billboards. My marketing guy, we literally looked at billboards. I saw the cost of a billboard. I was like, this is insane. I was like, why wouldn't I just create my own billboard where I already know that I'm gonna be driving my vehicle around, create my own billboard, get cases from it, and be able to write the vehicle off. So I hit it from both sides.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Random fun fact question for you. So you got this, what, in 2024 you said?
Yeah.
How many miles are you putting on this thing? You got
I think we have like 15,000.
15th.
So we drive this between Dallas, Houston, I mean, really anywhere in Texas, we drive this thing. I'm shipping it out to Atlanta for a conference next week because I just want to pull up to the conference and put it in the front. It's a lawyer conference. So
go, yeah.
shipping it out to Atlanta, I'm gonna write off obviously the shipping costs, but I mean, I'm always marketing. So I try to bring it everywhere I can. And I don't really worry about the miles. I know that I know for a fact I'm the only guy in Austin that drives their CULLINAN like on a daily and probably like once a week.
Only guy in Texas doing that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, especially now, I look at every time I go out is a chance for me to get a case. We've driven by accidents. We didn't mean to drive by the accidents, but there's accidents that have happened where we drive by and I've got my billboard on the side of the vehicle and we've gotten cases like that. So.
Yeah, it's all about leveraging. You're leveraging. Hey,
and all my opportunities.
That's what I'm saying. The 500,000 doesn't sound too bad when you think about the ROI on it.
Yeah.
Like the ROAS on the vehicle is probably higher than the ROAS on the billboard. You're gonna be paying $3,500 a month for it.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that's good shit. Anything else you would want to add, right? My whole goal of this is to show a couple things that, hey, you can go and be a person of color, go to school, get a degree, start a business, and be able to have what I call the desires of your heart, whether that's time, whether that is something material, right? And then the idea is that you can do it responsibly. You don't have to go and stretch yourself too thin or be worried about it. You can do it responsibly. You can still build wealth and then go and educate people at the same time. So, anything else that you would want to add? You can give a lot of gems today. Anything else you want to add?
I mean, I think the biggest thing that I've learned over the last year, I've lost $1 million from hiring the wrong CFO. Like I've lost a lot of money. I've had a lot of lessons that I think I wish I didn't have to go through, but I understand why I went through them. The biggest thing that nowadays, the advantage everyone has is the access to the internet. And especially now with this AI, with ChatGPT, if you just know how to prompt ChatGPT, there's almost nothing that you can't figure out. It's just about how you ask it. And I think I've really started to master, and I tell people, master ChatGPT, master this AI, because you can find any answer if you want to learn a skill, you can be taught it instantly. There's no excuse for anything. People that don't have a degree, I've got people that don't have a degree at my law firm that make more money than people with doctorates. And the reason why is because they're educating themselves on how to make more money, how to keep your money. You can go on ChatGPT and create a budget for you. You can go on ChatGPT and ask it. There's not an answer that I don't even have an accountant anymore. Why? Because I was like, why am I paying an accountant when I could like put in all my profit loss? You put all the important stuff put the stuff that I need. If I don't know how to do my taxes, I can literally say, hey, I need you to be a tax expert. I need you to help me with my 2024 taxes. What documents do I start with? It's gonna start giving me the game plan. And the cool thing about it is, as long as you know how to prompt it, you're gonna get the answer. So the reason why people get the wrong answers is because they don't know how to prompt it. So utilizing that has created different businesses for me, where we're doing the restaurant, where we're doing the clothing store, where we're able to run our law firm more efficient on the operational side, on the financial side. And it all starts with AI, honestly.
Yeah. Awesome. Last thing, bro. Go ahead and plug yourself. You didn't plug the whole video is a plug on the businesses, but I mean, you got the restaurants about to open in Dallas and Austin. Obviously, we got the website, we got the URL. You know, sitting outside the car. But go ahead. Any other plugs you got?
Yeah, we're opening up Velour in Dallas, in Victory Park. In October 23rd. So we'll be open. We're upscale restaurant. We'll have a wide range of food. But we'll have a lot of athletes, entertainers. It'll be a hot spot that we'll have in Dallas, and that'll be opening up here. And I'm excited to do that one. The law firm is self-sufficient. I always tell people, don't think twice, call Bryce, and you'll never forget it. So I'm excited for a lot of opportunities that are coming up at the end of this year, and then we've got some stuff coming up in 2026 that we're gonna be doing. So if you follow me on social media at Bryce the Lawyer on Twitter, Instagram, you guys will be seeing it. So
all right, so we just took a ride in the Rolls-Royce truck. Again, we appreciate Bryce the Lawyer for taking us on the ride. Covered a lot of things, everything from making sure we increase our earning potential on our main thing to, hey, we can't afford it twice, we're not buying it. Anything else you want to leave with the audience before we head out?
Man, I just say to everybody, definitely focus on keeping the main thing, and try not to spread yourself out too thin. Get that earning potential up, and then make your money, make more money than after you make your time. make more money. So first it's your time, make more money, and then it's your money, make more money.
Make money, make more money. Cool. We'll leave it right there, brother. I appreciate your time, man.
Thank
Do
you.
it again sometime, bro. Yeah, absolutely.